What if I told you it only takes 2 hours to fix your life? Not 2 days, not 2 weeks, and certainly not 2 months or even 2 years. And the problem with most people I see, especially when they want to get into personal development, they want to get, a better physique, they want to make more money, they want to get a nicer car, they want to get a new apartment, all that good stuff there. They wake up one day and they're like, I'm tired of being a bum. I'm actually gonna chase my dreams and buy my dream car and get my dream girl, and then me and my family can go to Hawaii or something. Is that when they initially start off with, they focus too much on the things that they can add in their life and the things that they can optimize. So what that looks like is that they look at, or what's the perfect morning routine, or if they're trying to get into work, going to the gym, they look at, oh, what's the best fucking split? Is it push pull legs? Is it the bro split? Is it upper lower? Is it full body? When they try to go on a diet, they look at, oh, what's the best diet? Is it keto? Is it paleo? Is it vegan? Is it this macro split? Is it high protein? Is it low fat? Obviously, that's sort of a step in the right direction. But if you're someone that's just getting into it, it doesn't really help you, because even though these things are technically, good and can help you, you're building all this stuff on shit foundation, because you don't have your eating habits correct, you don't have your sleeping habits correct. Your life is pretty much a mess. And if you just try add shit onto it, yes, you might do some things correct, but ultimately you're just gonna probably gonna get frustrated and just give up, because you're adding all these things and the foundation of where your life is at is not where it's meant to be. So a better way to look at this is that you need to look at your life and you need to see the things that doesn't help you, that you need to remove in order for you to have these good habits. Because like I said, you might maybe follow your workout for like a week, maybe a month. You might follow your diet for like a day or two or a week. But the thing is, you're building this on the wrong foundation, that eventually, if you don't get rid of those bad habits or the bad things that led you to this life before you start adding the new things, then you're slowly just going to go back to whatever you were doing before. So the way we should look at this before we start optimizing, before we start looking at things that we can add, before we try, oh, this is the best morning routine, get the red light therapy, and then you go to the cold plunge, and then you take like a 2-hour cold shower, is that sit down, look at your life objectively, and see the things that you can remove first before you add things to your life. And what this looks like, and I want you guys to write this down because you might forget, is that if you're in a position in your life where you're behind, you probably spend too much time on your phone. And the most likely culprit is, if it's not YouTube, it's most likely doom scrolling, and that's either on TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook, whatever the fuck it is. Delete all the apps. I don't give a fuck. Delete all the apps. You don't need to tell anyone that you're deactivating or deleting it. Like, the only reason you should have, say, Instagram or Facebook or fucking whatever is that if you're posting content, or if you have a business, or you need to be there. I want you to look at these apps as tools and say to yourself, if I'm not producing content, then it's no use for me, because at this stage, you're basically just consuming content and that's all you're doing. So get rid of that. Obviously, I want you to still be in contact with your family. You can have Facebook Messenger. I don't think anyone contacts their family via Instagram. It's most likely going to be Facebook or some other app. Delete all of them. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is. If you're someone who's addicted to porn, you can go to your settings and put that, I forgot what it was called. I'm filming on my phone, but basically you can turn off the restricted sites. So whenever you go on a porn site or what have you, a corn site, as people would say, is that you can't go into it. So that's one battle done. So you're not spending any more time on your phone, you're just locked in. So that's one. The second one is that I'm assuming you would want to be in better shape. You want to get a better physique. Go to your cupboard, go to your fridge and chuck anything away. Any sweets, any sugars, any fucking biscuits, anything that's highly processed, just chuck them in the bin. You don't need that. You know, your fucking Twinkies, your fucking the cookies, all that stuff, just chuck it in the bin. It's much easier to follow a diet if you don't have, you know, things that can tempt you to break the diet. So that's the second one. So go to your fridge, go to your cupboard, and just chuck everything away. And the third one is actually something that's a bit, I wouldn't say underrated, but it's not really one of the reasons that people mention when trying to get your life in order, or you know, trying to pursue personal development, is that you need to look at your friends. We've all heard the quote that says, you know, you are the sum of the five friends, blah 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 blah. I need you guys to take that seriously, because you know you have shit friends. You know, you hang out with person A, I don't really like him that much, I just do it because, you know, I don't want to be alone, or I need somewhere to go to during the weekends, even though I don't really 100% like his company. I just kind of do it anyway because I don't want to be alone. I want you to look at your friend group, and anyone in your friend group that doesn't align with the direction that you're going to, that doesn't support, you know, this journey that you're going to go through with getting a better physique, making more money, any person, because even conversations, if you're trying to go somewhere in your life and the conversation that you're having with your supposedly mates are, you know, just talking about drugs or going out or talking about, you know, a sporting event and all that stuff, that's not gonna help you. So if you have friends that aren't on the same wavelength, then you need to cut them off. You really need to cut them off. Like, you don't need to make like a whole dramatic scene about it. You don't have to be like, hey, adding them in a group chat, I'm cutting you guys off. You don't have to do all that. You can simply start by declining invites. So if they want to go to a party, just be like, hey, can't come. Don't even say sorry. Why would you be sorry? Just say, can't come, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. And if you really want to mention it, that, you know, you're trying to build a business, or you're trying to build a YouTube channel, or, you know, you can't go out and drink because you're on a diet. And if they push back on that, then, you know, they weren't your friends to begin with, because good friends will see that and go, oh, okay, cool, that's fine, man, enjoy, or something like that. Or at least not pressure you to do something that's completely opposite to the thing that you're trying to achieve. So that's pretty much all I want to talk about today, guys, is that it only takes 2 hours. And actually, no, let me continue. And do you know what the benefit of this is, and why I'm asking you to remove things? Is because when you run out of things to do that doesn't align with the direction that you're going to. So say, for example, you've deleted all your apps, you've chucked your PS5 in the bin, hopefully not, but let's say you've hidden your PS5, you've hidden the remote. So you wake up in the morning and you're like, okay, what am I going to do? Because normally back in the day, you would have woken up, rolled to your side, went on Instagram, went on fucking Facebook, went on whatever, and the next thing you know, you've been there for an hour, and then now you feel like shit. Now you have to hurry up and shower, go to work, all that stuff there. But now, since you don't have that you don't have that distraction anymore, then what are you gonna do? You're just gonna wake up and be like, fuck it, guess I'll go and work on my business, or guess I'll rock up early to work and do some other stuff, or maybe I'll just go for a walk, something. So by removing things that don't directly aid to the direction that you're going to, you naturally gravitate towards the right things, because you really don't have anything else to do. And that's the same concept with, you know, temptations, with why I said, you know, remove the food from the fucking fridge and all that stuff there, because part of discipline is just not relying on willpower and forming a environment where your habits can stick. Because say you're cutting, you're really fucking hungry. If you walk past your fridge and you know there's something in there that's very high calorie that you want to eat, eventually you will succumb and you will lose your willpower and you'll find some sort of excuse to make you eat that thing, whether that's I'll just do cardio or I'll do extra on the workout. But if you just remove it, you don't have to go through that problem. And it actually takes a toll on your brain. It wears out your brain when you always have to make constant decisions, and especially with things that you could literally just eliminate just by not having the food there. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm talking about. So the reason why I said it only takes 2 hours, because deleting your apps, what takes like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Delete all the apps. Go through your friends. You probably don't have a lot, maybe 10. Just be like, okay, so and so, I'm just gonna cut them off. I'm not gonna message them, but I'm just gonna stop hanging out with them. You go to your fridge, you go to your pantry, and you just chuck everything that doesn't aid to your goal in the bin, and you buy Whole Foods. And then now that you've got this, all wrapped up together, you've been following your diet, you've been waking up early, you haven't been doom scrolling because you don't have the apps, then you can add things and optimize, because now you have a foundation of habits and the foundation of your environment that will literally help you towards your goal. So yeah, hopefully that made sense, guys. So like I said, it only takes 2 hours. Like honestly, could probably take you one. Delete all your apps, chuck all your food in the bin, and cancel some friends that don't really help you get anywhere. And yeah, that's pretty much what I want to talk about today. And you have a good day. Ciao.